2000, Kenyon Martin. Kenyon Martin soared into the NBA in 2000 as the first overall pick, instantly known for his tenacious defense and hard-nosed energy. He became an all-rookie and later an all-star, making his mark as a relentless power forward. Injuries, including 2 microfracture knee surgeries, derailed his peak, but he battled through and held a solid 15-year NBA career. After retiring in 2015, he transitioned into media work and even joined Ice Cube's Big 3 League, not as a player, but as an analyst and coach. His journey turned raw talent into longevity, and far from fading, he found a second act, and what happens next gets even more intriguing. 2001, Kwame Brown. Kyle Kwame Brown entered the league in 2001 as the first high schooler ever taken number 1. Huge expectations, huge scrutiny. He stuttered out of the gate with modest stats, underwhelmed in Washington amid Michael Jordan's leadership, and became widely labeled a bust. But that doesn't tell the full story. He carved a 12-year career, landing in that legendary trade sending Pau Gasol to the Lakers, and indirectly helped Kobe win his final rings. Off court, he fought back through YouTube, challenging media labels and speaking out on unfair narratives. Despite early hype and criticism, he earned over $60 million and reshaped how a player defines success. And this next chapter gets wilder. 2002, Yao Ming exploded onto the global stage after being drafted first in 2002. Towering over opponents, he became an 8-time All-Star and a cultural icon who bridged East and West. His career was a triumph until lingering foot and ankle injuries forced back-to-back surgeries. Ultimately, those persistent issues ended his career early, cutting short a Hall of Fame trajectory. Still, Yao's impact transcends stats. He transformed the game's reach in China, helped grow the NBA globally, and even served as president of the Chinese Basketball Association. His legacy is as much influence as performance, a giant beyond the court. But what comes next takes this to a whole new level. 2003, LeBron James. LeBron James didn't just meet expectations in 2003, he obliterated them. From Rookie of the Year to 4 championships and countless finals appearances, he became the face of basketball for 2 decades. He's taken home MVPs, Olympic gold, enduring rivalries, and record-breaking milestones. Off the hardwood, he builds business empires, schools, production companies, and a media brand. He remains active. In 2025, he's still dominating on court and redefining what a superstar can be. His career is a masterclass in evolution, reinvention, and impact. But pause. What follows will challenge even that legacy. 2004, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard leapt into the NBA in 2004 as a dominant force. Defensive anchor, rebound king, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and an 8-time All-Star. He lifted teams across eras, including leading the Magic to the finals, then chasing rings with the Lakers and others, but injuries and locker room drama later muddied his path. He became a journeyman, drifting through multiple teams before returning to where it all began. Still, he's continued chasing the game's joy, transitioning into mentorship, media comments, and mentoring young bigs. He stayed relevant, never fading into obscurity. If you thought his journey peaked early, buckle up, because what comes next gets even more surprising. 2005, Andrew Bogut. Andrew Bogut was drafted first overall by Milwaukee, bringing his size and polished postgame from Utah. He became a reliable defender and rebounder, but constant injuries, ankle and elbow especially, kept him from stardom. His career pivoted in Golden State, where he anchored the defense for the 2015 championship team. Though his scoring dwindled, his screening and rim protection proved invaluable to the Warriors' dynasty foundation. After short stints in Cleveland and Los Angeles, he returned to Australia to finish his career in the NBL. Bogut later embraced podcasting and commentary, staying vocal on league issues and Australian basketball development. 2006, Andrea Bargnani. The Raptors shocked many by taking Andrea Bargnani first in 2006, making him the first European number. 1 pick. Toronto hoped his 7-foot frame and perimeter shooting would redefine the modern big man, but consistency and injuries haunted his tenure. Though he flashed scoring skill, defense and rebounding were constant weak points. His career peaked early, then faded after stints with the Knicks and Nets. Bargnani left the NBA by 2016, later returning to Europe for a brief run before stepping away entirely. While labeled a disappointment, he was also a bridge to today's stretch big era that dominates the modern NBA. 2007, Greg Oden. Greg Oden's draft story is one of heartbreaking what-ifs. Taken first by Portland in 2007, he was hyped as a franchise-changing center. Yet repeated knee injuries and surgeries destroyed any chance at fulfilling that promise. He only played 105 NBA games, showing flashes of dominance but never sustaining health. Oden attempted a comeback with Miami in 2014, but it was short-lived. After retiring, he found peace in coaching and mentoring roles, even serving as a student coach at Ohio State. His tale remains one of the league's biggest injury-related tragedies, a reminder of how fragile potential can be. 2008, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose entered the league electrifying Chicago fans with explosive drives and highlight dunks. By 2011, he became the youngest MVP ever, seemingly destined to own the decade. Then came devastating knee injuries that changed everything. Rose reinvented himself as a steady veteran scorer, carving out productive stints with New York, Minnesota, Detroit, and Memphis. He earned a reputation for resilience, always adapting despite setbacks. As of 2025, Rose continues in a mentorship role, showing flashes of brilliance off the bench. His career arc, meteoric rise, crushing setbacks, and stubborn reinvention, stands as one of the NBA's most dramatic journeys. But first, only cool people are subscribed to this channel, so hit that subscribe button before we go any further. 2009, Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin brought Showtime back to the Clippers the moment he debuted, his dunks turning Lob City into a phenomenon. A Rookie of the Year, 6-time All-Star, and highlight machine, he transformed the Clippers into contenders. But injuries chipped away at his explosiveness, forcing him to evolve into more of a shooter and passer. Traded to Detroit, then bouncing between Brooklyn and Boston, he became a valuable role player rather than a franchise cornerstone. By the early 2020s, he'd retired, shifting to media, stand-up comedy ventures, and business. Griffin's legacy remains equal parts dazzling athleticism and resilient reinvention. 2010, John Wall. John Wall arrived in Washington as a lightning-quick point guard, dazzling fans with speed and flair. He became a 5-time All-Star and one of the league's premier playmakers, leading the Wizards to multiple playoff runs. But injuries, especially Achilles and knee issues, derailed his prime. By the early 2020s, he bounced between Houston, the Clippers, and brief comeback attempts. Despite his career slowing, Wall invested in mentoring young players and community projects, particularly in his hometown. His story reflects brilliance dimmed by health setbacks, but also resilience in finding ways to stay connected to the game after his peak. 2011, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving wasted no time dazzling with his handles, hitting circus shots, and even sealing Cleveland's 2016 title with an iconic finals three-pointer. He earned 8 All-Star appearances, but his career has been defined as much by controversies as talent. Trade requests, injuries, and off-court drama followed him through Boston, Brooklyn, and now Dallas, where he pairs with Luka Doncic. Despite critics, his offensive artistry remains undeniable, with dazzling footwork and clutch scoring. Irving's career has been polarizing, beloved for skill, questioned for leadership, but he's still rewriting chapters deep into the 2020s, and his story just keeps getting more unpredictable. 2012, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis entered as the top prospect from Kentucky, immediately showing dominance on both ends. With New Orleans, he was an all-star mainstay, but limited by injuries and inconsistent rosters. In 2019, he joined LeBron in Los Angeles, forming a duo that won the 2020 title in the bubble. Known for shot blocking, versatility, and scoring, Davis cemented himself as one of the league's elite big men. Yet durability questions never fully disappeared. As of 2025, he remains a cornerstone Laker, producing at an all-NBA level when healthy. His career blends triumph and constant questions about how long his body will last. 2013, Anthony Bennett. Cleveland shocked the world by drafting Anthony Bennett first overall, and his NBA career quickly spiraled into infamy. Struggling with conditioning and confidence, he averaged under 5 points across 4 seasons before being waived. Stints with Minnesota, Toronto, and Brooklyn brought no turnaround. After leaving the league, he bounced around international clubs and the G League, but never regained footing. Bennett is widely considered one of the biggest draft busts in history, yet he's spoken about battling personal struggles and trying to rebuild his life outside basketball. His story remains a cautionary tale of expectations, pressure, and how quickly opportunity can vanish. 2014, Andrew Wiggins. Drafted by Cleveland but quickly traded to Minnesota, Andrew Wiggins entered the league with sky-high expectations as a do-it-all wing. His early years were inconsistent, marked by athletic highlights but criticized for passive stretches. Everything changed after his 2020 move to Golden State, where he reinvented himself as a two-way force. Wiggins played a critical role in the Warriors' 2022 championship, locking down stars and finding his niche. As of 2025, he continues to be a valuable starter, no longer carrying franchise savior weight, but thriving as a reliable piece. His career shows that sometimes success comes through reinvention. 2015, Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns entered the league as a polished big, with shooting touch and versatility. In Minnesota, he quickly became an all-star and cornerstone, pairing offensive dominance with rebounding. Yet critics questioned his defense and leadership during turbulent Timberwolves years. His career took a turn when Anthony Edwards arrived, giving Minnesota a fresh identity. By 2025, Towns is still a key piece, now balancing star play with adapting to Edwards' rise. He's one of the league's best shooting bigs, holding franchise records and anchoring playoff pushes. Towns' journey reflects both elite talent and the challenges of carrying small market expectations. 2016, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons debuted with hype as a 6'10" point forward, winning Rookie of the Year and earning multiple All-Star selections with Philadelphia. Praised for defense and playmaking, his refusal to develop a jumper and playoff struggles created controversy. The infamous 2021 collapse against Atlanta tarnished his reputation. Traded to Brooklyn, back issues and confidence problems stalled his comeback. By 2025, Simmons remains a polarizing figure, still searching for health and a defined role. His defensive gifts keep him relevant, but doubts linger over what could have been. Once projected as a franchise star, Simmons became one of basketball's biggest enigmas. 2017, Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz was expected to be a superstar guard for Philadelphia, but a mysterious shoulder injury altered his shooting form and derailed his early career. Labeled a bust quickly, he rebuilt slowly after a trade to Orlando, where patience and development gave him a second chance. Though never the prolific scorer he was projected to be, Fultz became a steady playmaker and slasher. As of 2025, he remains a rotational guard, carving out a respectable career despite early setbacks. His resilience and quiet grind earned admiration, showing how determination can overcome ridicule. Fultz's journey is one of perseverance and reinvention. 2018, DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton joined Phoenix as a dominant big man, but his career has been uneven. While productive as a scorer and rebounder, inconsistency and clashes with coaches sparked questions. He played a key role in the Suns' 2021 finals run, anchoring the paint alongside Devin Booker and Chris Paul, but by 2023, frustration grew, leading to a trade to Portland. In 2025, Ayton continues to produce solid numbers, though critics say he hasn't matched his number. One hype. His career reflects the fine line between being a dependable starter and living up to superstar expectations. And it gets even more complicated from here. 2019, Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson's entrance was unlike anything seen in years. Explosive dunks, unmatched power, and generational hype. When healthy, he's been nearly unstoppable, an all-star who can dominate inside and finish with flair. But constant injuries, weight concerns, and off-court distractions cloud his legacy. Pelicans fans wonder if he'll ever deliver on the franchise-saving promise. By 2025, Zion is still in New Orleans, showing brilliance in bursts, but battling the same questions about health and maturity. His career feels suspended between superstardom and unfulfilled potential. Few players inspire more debate, making Zion one of the NBA's most polarizing figures. 2020, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards burst into Minnesota with charisma, humor, and raw scoring talent. Early critics doubted his focus, but he quickly proved to be a franchise changer. By 2023, Edwards was leading the Timberwolves deep into the playoffs, drawing comparisons to legends for his fearless play. His combination of scoring, athleticism, and leadership elevated Minnesota from a struggling team to a true contender. Off the court, his personality made him a fan favorite, with memorable interviews and confidence. As of 2025, Edwards is the face of the franchise and one of the NBA's brightest young stars, still ascending towards superstardom. 2021, Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham entered Detroit with the weight of rebuilding on his shoulders. A tall, versatile guard, he flashed playmaking brilliance and calm leadership, but injuries slowed his development in his first 2 years. By 2023 to 2024, he emerged healthy and productive, finally giving the Pistons a centerpiece to believe in. His all-around game and maturity make him the type of star that stabilizes a franchise. As of 2025, Cunningham continues to lead Detroit's youth movement, showing the growth fans long awaited. While progress has been gradual, the foundation is set for Cade to become an elite two-way leader. 2022, Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero brought size, skill, and confidence to Orlando, winning Rookie of the Year in 2023. His scoring versatility, from powering inside to pulling up from mid-range, instantly made him the franchise cornerstone. He quickly became an all-star candidate, helping Orlando rise from rebuilding into playoff contention. By 2025, Banchero continues to polish his game, adding leadership and defensive improvement. The Magic see him as their future face, and his ability to step into that role has energized the fan base. With steady growth, Paolo's trajectory suggests a long career as one of the league's premier forwards, still just getting started. 2023, Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama arrived with unprecedented hype, a 7'4" French phenom with guard skills and rim-protecting dominance. Drafted by San Antonio, he immediately showcased why scouts called him a generational talent. His rookie year featured jaw-dropping highlights, defensive records, and flashes of offensive brilliance. By 2025, Wemby is already the Spurs' centerpiece, drawing comparisons to legends for his unique blend of size and skill. While expectations are enormous, he continues to meet them with growth and confidence. San Antonio views him as their next dynasty builder, and fans worldwide watch every step of his evolution into a basketball phenomenon unlike any other. 2024, Zachary Risacher. Zachary Risacher became the second straight French player drafted first overall, taken by Atlanta in 2024. A tall, smooth wing, he entered the league with a polished jumper and the kind of defensive versatility teams crave. Early flashes showed his potential, spot-up shooting, switchable defense, and a natural feel for spacing. But like most rookies, consistency became his challenge. Atlanta paired him with Trae Young, hoping his size and perimeter game could give the Hawks a badly needed spark on both ends of the floor. As the 2025 season unfolds, Risacher is still adapting to NBA speed and physicality, but the organization believes his ceiling is far higher than his current numbers show. He represents Atlanta's bet on international talent, being the key to their next breakthrough. Meanwhile, 2025 saw another generational story as Dallas selected Cooper Flagg first overall. The versatile forward from Maine arrived with hype as America's answer to the recent wave of international dominance. Flagg's intensity, scoring instincts, and competitive drive have Mavericks fans buzzing about a franchise-changing future. If you like this video, consider watching this next one, which YouTube thinks you are going to really love.